Matt, a 1-1 draw here at Leyton Orient. What are your initial thoughts on the game?
I thought they were more aggressive and sharper in the first half and had a stronger mindset to the game. Second half, we were in control. Got the goal back relatively early, and I just felt we were hopefully going to create something extra. Didn't quite happen, or didn't quite fall for us. A really pleasing second half display. I've got to give the lads credit for staying in the game when it was difficult first half. Leyton Orient are an aggressive team at times, and they certainly hurt us in certain areas of the pitch. But I think that's a good point on the back of a good win at the weekend, and obviously what we've gone through goalkeeper situation wise, and it will be an even better point if we beat Carlisle at the weekend.
So what's happened to Jake Taylor then? Because I mean, what a week for him.
Yeah, look, 3 goals in a week. He gets in good positions, and one goal makes another one. Bit of confidence. All of a sudden he's hitting the back of the net. So fantastic week for Jake. He's got to keep on doing that. Real captain's display in terms of driving the team forward. Second half, I just felt it was more like our type of performance. We dictated to them as opposed to they dictated to us in the first half. So, like I say, we've just got to start the game a little bit stronger, take more responsibility in certain areas of the pitch and be more aggressive with our play. If we're going to fail this season, we fail on the front foot and we fail in our style. I just felt that first half was Leyton Orient's game and the second half was our game.
And it's another away game without defeat. They're still unbeaten on the road in the league this season.
Yeah, we rather start targeting wins as well though. With no disrespect to Leyton Orient, that second half performance suggested we could have got 3 points there. It's always difficult because you're looking at how many saves their keepers had to make. Josh Keys had the best chance of the second half where it's flashed past the back post. But I don't think our debut goalkeepers had a shot to save in anger really, apart from in the first few minutes when he's picking the ball out the back of the net. Dealt with crosses pretty well and kicked the ball well. For a 19-year-old kid, that can't be underestimated. So we've got to build him up going into this weekend.
Wanted to bring up Josh Key now. We saw him in his natural position today, and Jake Caprice as well. Was that just something else you wanted to try out?
Yeah, look, these young kids are giving absolutely everything, and Joe Randall's played a lot of minutes, and he's out on his feet. So Joe will be better for it. He'll come back in more than likely over the weekend, and we've got to look at partnerships all over the pitch. I fancied Randell to get down the left a little bit more tonight, and like I say, I fancied Josh Key for back post header. It didn't quite happen, but we looked more threatening in that second half. I was pleased with that performance, and if we'd have started the game like that, it's never as easy as saying that, but if we'd have started with that mindset and a bit more aggressive, we might have got more out of the game. But credit to Leyton Orient in that first period, they got us on the back foot and they dictated to us, and we came strong.
And a word on the goalkeeper then. I mean, you come in with a few hours' notice, obviously, and like I said, apart from picking the ball out the net early on, he's not really had much to do. And
but that's credit to the team in front of him. But what he did have to was impressive. Punching the ball, catching the ball under pressure. You could see they target him, as any team would. I think the first 3 or 4 corners, everyone was on the goal line surrounding him. We might have got away with one where it hit the crossbar, but we do that to the opposition. But he's 6'4", 6'5", so he's a good physical presence. We knew we had to go young in the emergency loan market, and then sometimes you've got to go on physical presence and personality as much as actual ability.
And a few people will want to know what an update on Lewis Ward. Is there a diagnosis yet?
Well, the swelling's starting to go down, the colour's starting to come out, so it's no longer the size of his head, and it's now a funny shade of greeny blue. But he's had an X-ray, so we didn't expect there to be any bone breakage or fragments in there, but there's obviously ligament damage. We can't quite put a time scale on it yet because he can't move it because of the swelling and the bruising. So we'll assess it, same for Johnny, but neither of them look like they'll affect it in the next few weeks.
And finally, how concerned are you about the news from Skunkthorpe in the last couple of days about there's several more players that have tested positive?
I think I said my piece over the weekend. Yeah. I thought that game shouldn't have been played. I felt sorry for Skunkthorpe. I really did. And a few days too late, they've had games called off, and I think they'll be closing for 3 games or something of that ilk. You could see they were out on their feet and they had too many positive cases to play that game at the weekend. But we played it. Our players have been tested this week, and we'll wait with our fingers crossed for some results.
Great, thanks, Matt.